Ki-Adi Mundi. Fellas, guys and gals, how in the hell are we doing today? It is your boy Lunar, back with another video, and we are here to talk about The Acolyte Episode 4. Now, in case you haven't been watching my other videos, I said I wasn't gonna make it like a reaction to every single one, but then we're here now. I don't know. I just got things to talk about, so we're just gonna spitball them to the mic and see where it goes. Jumping straight into things here, the episode doesn't take place in the past again. For whatever reason, I just expected like them to sort of add onto the story from last episode, but they skip that part and they just go straight back to the future, not the future, but like the present day happenings going on again, where May's trying to kill the Jedi and stuff. So we originally catch up with May. She's like talking to Sith homeboy about, yep, we're gonna do it. We're gonna kill Naka on whatever planet he's on. I forgot the name of it. So that's what they're setting out to do. And then the Jedi are setting up to go intercept that from happening. They're like, no, you're not, Shadi. We're about to. I wish I had a hilt here. I could go and stop that from happening. So first things first, I mean, I really do want to like this show. I wish there's every part in me as a Star Wars fan wants to sit down and watch a Star Wars TV show and like it. Watch a Star Wars movie, whatever it is, and like it. But there's just some stuff that keeps happening, keeps not making sense, and it just doesn't sit well. Like, it just loses me from the story. The first thing that stuck out to me that didn't really make a whole lot of sense is when they're having this big Jedi meeting on Coruscant about what to do about May, blah, blah, blah. They were saying that the Jedi were stationed on this planet, but in the flashback episode, it was explained that this planet was outside of Republic jurisdiction, like in the outer regions. The Jedi were like there randomly because they just heard that there was some Force sensitive kids being trained there. So what's going on with that? That's a bit contradictory there. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It could still be that like, oh, there's more to this past backstory that we still don't know. And it would have been nice to got filled in on that in this episode, but it still doesn't. So that's another thing that's kind of hanging out in the air that might get explained later, might not. We'll see. It's also a little weird that all these Jedi are sitting here on Coruscant at the Jedi Temple having this big grand powwow about a Force-sensitive rogue Jedi that's out here training a Padawan to kill people. I mean, May's already killed 2 Jedi. That's something that's happened. Maybe they don't necessarily have the name Sith for him yet, but I mean, they speak of them as opposition. They're like, maybe this is like I forgot the word they use, like an alt order. Like maybe this is somebody trying to like come up against the Jedi, but yet they're like, maybe we shouldn't go to the the Jedi High Council about this. Maybe we shouldn't take this up to the top. You know, we're gonna just keep this in this room. You know, there's somebody out there trying to rival the power of the Jedi, but that's already killed 2 Jedi. But we're just gonna keep this at this table so far till we find out all the information. What are we talking about? I mean, I don't know a whole lot about this time period, but I feel like they're probably bored, honestly. I feel like there's not a whole lot going on for the Jedi. This is probably the most like interesting thing that's happened to them ever, and it's threatening to their whole everything. Why wouldn't we want to go tell people about this? Whatever. I mean, not my problem. Another great interesting tidbit we got from this scene too, towards the end out in the hallway, is we see a great old friend from the Clone Wars. I don't know if you caught him, but our boy Ki-Adi Mundi is sitting right the there in the hallway talking to whatever other Jedi lady. I saw that. I was looking at him. It didn't make sense. I was looking at him. I was like, that can't be that. So we're watching the episode. We're waiting for things. We go to the credits. It is him. They put my man Ki-Adi Mundi in here. That does... Oh, that's got liquid in it. I was going to slam something. That don't make sense at all. I wasn't sure on the exact math, all right? I had to kind of look it up on Google, figure things out, but immediately that wasn't lining up in my head. And sure enough, let's do the little breakdown here. My man Ki-Adi Mundi, born 93 BBY. This show is placed in 132 BBY. He's literally in Star Wars. He's not even born yet. what is this guy doing in this show? What is going on? He's 40 some odd years out of place right now. I mean, he should not be in this show. If there's anything in this show that shows that they don't know what's going on or that they don't know what the they're talking about, it's this. Cause my boy, who signed off on this? I know my man Dave wasn't in the writing room. Where was Dave Filoni when this happened? There's no shot he would have let that slide. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Besides, I mean, whatever. Okay, I guess we'll just throw that in there. Besides just that, yeah, I already said it's like a whole, they're just walking through the forest, blah, blah, blah. That's pretty not interesting. But let's get to the end of the episode. All right, that's probably the most interesting bit here. The whole twist thing with May showing up thinking Kelnaka is going to be there and he's actually dead already. I mean, that was pretty wild. We could have already, we could have anticipated that Sith dude showing up in this episode, but like them playing it off like that, I was like, oh yeah, okay, cool. But that's the thing though, it never really bothers you until you start thinking about it. So we're watching it all play out, you know what I'm saying? We've got what, 7 or 8 some Jedi here. They got the house surrounded. May's inside. They're asking her to come out. I mean, it's looking like a weird standoffish situation, but May was also just saying that she wants to go to the Jedi because she found out her sister's alive and she wants to be good now. Okay. So the whole standoff thing's a little weird. And then it's just big buildup for the Sith dude to come dropping in. And he's literal dropping in. My man is floating. I've never seen somebody do that, but my man, you can see him off in the distance, just float down behind Osha. Okay, cool. He just flies. And then he's walking up to everybody. And in common sense land, I mean, one rogue Sith, random weird dude walking up to 7, 8 something Jedi. It's like, okay, this looks like it should be a mock fest. Unless this dude's some crazy Sith Lord that they're just writing into existence, that he's just got all this crazy untapped power that nobody's ever heard of before now for whatever reason. And oh, that's actually the route they're going. So he just walks up, usually levels the whole place. First of all, how did they not even, if he's this powerful, how did nobody know he was there? How, like, we see all the time in Star Wars, like, strong force, like auras, like Jedi and Sith, they're able to like sense each other. It's like, oh my goodness, this person's here. They didn't know this dude was just popping up out the middle of the forest. They didn't know he was there. Okay, cool. He's stronger than all of them put together. Okay, cool. Yeah, they didn't. Okay. You got to just roll with the punches at this point. I mean, if you subtract all that and just not think about it, it's like, oh, cool. He just pushed all them. That's cool. I mean, and that's what they're going for too. They just want people to look. It's like, oh, he just pushed all those Jedi. This guy is super strong. But why? Why? Who is this guy? I don't know. Also, speaking on that too, I'm starting to think that person is actually one of the like cult members that we saw from the 3rd episode. It's really starting to like kind of click together now, especially on the walk up. I'm starting to think it might be one of the moms from the 3rd episode, because we saw one of them dead. I don't know if we saw the other little alien looking one dead, and she was shorter. But when she walks up, I mean, if this is some random Sith, has no connection to Mayor Osha, I mean, he would just walk up, probably, if he's planning to kill everybody there, he'd probably just stab her and move on to the next. But they kind of walk up, and he or if it's one of the cult people, like whoever, the Sith person walks up, and he just kind of stands there, looks at Osha for a moment. It's almost like a they have history type moment. Like maybe Osha doesn't know it, or doesn't know it, yeah. But the Sith knows it, and he's like, oh shit, you're alive too. Oh crap, this is wild. And then also kind of cares about Osha, so she pushes her to the side so this whole big fight can ensue, blah, blah, blah. Trying to like kind of save her from that. That would make sense. But then again, if they went that route, this would also just be some random crazy overpowered character that they wrote in for the sake of the show. I mean, they've already done that with Osha and May. I guess I shouldn't put it past them now, but jeez, when we start just making stuff up. Kiadi Mundi in this episode, like that's really just making stuff up right now. What is going on with that? I still can't get over that. I honestly don't even really know what else to say about this episode. Overall, I'm really disappointed we didn't get a follow-up on the flashback. I thought it was going to be adding to that story, but now that's just hanging out there that they're going to have to patch holes up for at some point. And now we still have this other story going on where the next episode looks like it's going to continue that, so we're still not going to hear about any flashback stuff probably. Like, it's just, there's just a lot of, they got a lot of pots in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? They're cooking a lot of meals right now. I don't know. Like I said, I do want to like this show, but it's, I guess I'm just being too nitpicky. I don't know. It's just, they're really throwing it at me, and they're not giving me a whole lot to appreciate, honestly. For a $180 million movie, or not movie, TV project, we haven't really seen a whole lot of that budget. But yeah, that's about it for this episode. I mean, this episode was super quick, literally 30-minute runtime with 5 minutes of credits. So this episode was literally 25 minutes long. I mean, it was basically like you're watching a show on cable. I mean, that wasn't even anything at all. We didn't get any more information. They could have honestly thrown the whole rest of that last scene in there, but whatever. We'll just wait for episode 5. That's about it from your boy. If you also watched episode 4 of The Acolyte, comment down below and let me know what you thought, or any theories, whatever's on the mind of that episode. I want people in that comment saying some stuff so I can also talk to people about this episode. That would be cool. But yeah, that's about it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. Also, I have other videos for the other episodes. Put them up, boom, boom. Put them up right there, boom, boom. If you want to go check those out, hear what I said about the episode 1, 2, and 3. But yeah, that's about it again. This has been Lunar, and welcome to Bound.